Hey everybody, Mr. Seymour here. Just want to welcome you all back for the 2021 school year. The purpose of this brief video is to just give an introduction to process and procedures that we're going to be following as we get back into the school year this year. I know in the communication I sent out last week, I included a couple of items, but really ultimately said that we were going to be slowly adding more detail to that. So this is the next phase in adding detail to the process and procedures for returning to school. So I'm going to share the screen and just walk through some slides that I prepared to just help explain some of the key points. So I'm just going to click a few things here. We're going to bring up this presentation and just give me a quick moment to do that. And here we go. Sorry for the delay, it just takes a moment to load. So again, welcome back. The 2021 school year, we're excited to be back and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody here. I think it's safe to say that we all really missed being at school and having the opportunity to work together, see friends in this setting, see staff, be really engaged in the learning process. So we're really looking forward to getting back and making it count. So we want to have a safe return to school. So the question here is really, what is it going to take for us to return safely? Well, I think one thing is that we really need to work together. We need to try to be understanding of all of those who are around us in the learning environment. We need to care about others and we need to think about others. Not all of us are coming back to school with the same mindset. Some are more eager than others. Some maybe are a little bit wary about how it's going to be. I haven't been around groups for a while. And so again, we need to be understanding about that. We really need to understand the process and procedures that we are putting in place here at the school. And again, that's the purpose of this and other conversations that we'll be having. Understanding why these things are in place, I think always helps us to be able to follow through. I think it's going to require students to step up and be in a leadership role and to understand that what we're asking you all to do is important and try to set a good example for those around. And then, obviously understanding what we're asking you to do is one thing. Following through is obviously what we really need to have happen. So as we come back to school, there are definitely going to be some things that are new, but there are also going to be some things that may not be that new, right? So what's new? Well, like I mentioned just a moment ago, not all of us are used to being around groups of people, and we're certainly not used to being around, all of the other students. So you obviously have your family that you've been with, and you may have a group of friends that you might have been spending time with as well, but there are a lot of people that you haven't been around. So that part's new. But what's the same? Well, many of you have a part-time job, and I see you at Market Basket and other places around town, and you're following many of the same procedures that we're going to be asking you to do here at school. So that part really isn't going to be new. And even if you don't have a job, if you've been out to a store, you have gone to Target or Walmart or Market Basket, or you've gone to pick up a pizza, you know that you're going to wear a mask when you walk inside, and that there are, again, some of these things may not be really that new. And the other thing that's the same is that we always need our learning community to think about others and care about others. And I think if we're able to do that, that's going to be a huge part of this safe return. So wearing masks is a real foundational part of this safe return to school. These are requirements across the state, many businesses, and obviously our school committee has created a policy that requires students and anyone in school to wear masks. You're going to be wearing that mask on the bus. You're going to be wearing it when you walk into school in the morning. You're going to wear it when you walk down the hall, when you enter a classroom. Masks need to fit well and cover your nose and your mouth. If your mask is off during the class, you should expect someone to speak to you about that. If it happens repeatedly, you should expect to be sent to the office. This is important and we take it really seriously. Ultimately, students need to wear masks, and if you can't do that, then you're not allowed to attend school. In order to support teachers and students and adults in school who need to wear masks all day long, we are going to be taking regular mask breaks. So your classroom teacher will take your class outside for a period of time to get that mask off, be socially distanced from each other, and then return to your classroom. We have designated some outdoor learning spaces And if your teacher is able to take you to one of those and you can keep your distance, that's another opportunity for a mask break. Hand hygiene is another very important part of our safe return to school. Keeping your hands clean and keeping them from touching your face. So there are a number of classrooms that have sinks. So there will be soap and water and towels there for you to use. There will be hand sanitizer in the hallways and in all classrooms for you to be keeping your hands clean all throughout the day. Keeping your social distance is another really important part of the safe return. You'll notice that all classrooms are socially distanced. There is less furniture. The furniture is spread out. Classrooms is going to be one of the easiest places for us to be able to make sure that students are socially distanced. We have a plan for the cafeteria as well with designated seating that's socially distanced. One of the things that we're going to need your help with, students, is making sure when you're walking from class to class and in those in-between times that you are also keeping your distance and not getting too close to your peers. We are using a cohort model for our safe return to school. And one of the primary reasons for that is because it allows us to have less students in the building, in classrooms, in cafeterias, in buses, in the hallways. And that is an important part of making sure that we can keep social distance. We have, I mentioned the cafeteria process. So we have designated seating, more limited capacity. So we're increasing the number of lunches so that we can have less students in each of those lunches. So we have 50% attendance. That's broken into 3 different lunches. And then we have a socially distanced seating plan. And we do need to know who's sitting where. There will be assigned seats in classrooms all throughout the day. And in the cafeteria, there's a process there where you can scan into a spreadsheet the seat that you sat in. And so then we have a record of who sat where. Bathrooms is another area where we sometimes have students gathering. And we have put capacity limits on each bathroom. So you need to pay attention. If it's a 2-person bathroom and you walk in and there are already 2 people in there, you need to step back outside and you need to wait in the hallway. And then once someone comes out, you can go in and use the restroom. No food in the classrooms. The only thing allowed in terms of food or drink would be water. So there's no eating, no coffee, and no things like that. You can have water, but that's all. You might have a class at the middle school. And so the only entrance for the middle school is to go in the front door. So as you head over, go make your way to the front and make sure that you follow all hallway directions and signs. Be kind, understanding. If you are in the wrong place and someone asks you to make sure that you follow directions, please be kind and courteous and follow whatever directions there. We want to make sure that we always make a good impression when we're over at the middle school. A few other changes of note. Physical education. We are still having our PE and wellness classes, but those will be taking place outside whenever there's physical activity. If classes can't be outside, they will be in a classroom or sitting in the gymnasium and doing more wellness topic types of things. Band wind instruments specifically and the chorus, again, is something that will only be taking place in the outdoors. And when they can't be outdoors, they will be doing other things related to music in the classroom. We're not assigning any students lockers. So no hallway lockers this year. Again, we're just trying to keep people from gathering in groups or blocking up hallways. So we're not going to be using lockers. So students are going to carry items with them. And we also are not using our locker rooms. So down in the gymnasium, those locker rooms will be closed. So keep a close eye out for capacity limits. I mentioned with the bathrooms, but you might go into an office area where there is a capacity limit listed. We just don't want to have 10 people gathered in the guidance office when it's really only allowed for 4 or 5. Something else to mention is the construction project. It's very exciting to see the development of the new school project that's happening bit by bit before our eyes every single day, but it means that there are a lot of construction vehicles around campus. So there is a no-fly zone for construction vehicles entering or exiting from 7 to 8 a.m. and then from 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So those are our high volume arrival and dismissal times. So there shouldn't be any construction vehicles driving around campus during those 2 windows. But after 8 a.m., from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be vehicles around campus because it is an ongoing project. So just be careful if you are getting dismissed and you're walking out to the parking lot to get in your car, or if you're a parent coming in to drop something off. Please just pay attention and be careful as you're around campus. Orientation days this year, there is no specific freshman orientation, but there is orientation for all grades broken up by cohorts. So on the September 10th is our cohort A and C orientation. September 11th is the cohort B orientation. During these days, you're going to run through your entire schedule on an abbreviated. These are half days. And we will be meeting in the auditorium with socially distanced seating for meetings to review what I just went through on this presentation and other things in more detail. Again, we're really going to be emphasizing all of these processes and procedures that we need people to help with. So the bottom line, we need to understand the process and procedure and follow through. We need to make sure that we're always thinking about others and being kind and courteous as students in our school. We're really looking for students to set a good example, help your peers, and be a leader. Be kind, never goes away. Be nice. It's something that we want to do every single day. And if you're struggling and you need help, please come see your guidance counselor, talk to your teacher, come to the office and see an administrator, and we will help with whatever it is that you need. Looking forward to seeing everybody back at school real soon. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.